Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be running through all things to do with the playoff semi-finals for Sky Bet League 1. That includes predictions for both home and away legs for both the ties. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting off then with Barnsley versus Bolton. Now this is a mirroring of what happened in 2023. Now Barnsley did get the better of Bolton in that year, but times have changed, seasons have changed, players have come and gone, so it's a bit of a different picture. But Bolton fans are rightfully a bit wary of this fixture as they know what heartbreak it caused them last time around. For Barnsley, they're going to get a bit of confidence from that, but after their last 2 months, confidence is very low at the minute. But let's start off with the seasons that these two teams have had. Well, for Barnsley, it's been an up and down season. They at one point were looking like they could potentially go and get automatic promotions, but in the last 2 months that's completely slipped away, and having to rely on teams slipping up on the final day for them to even stay in the playoffs is worrying signs for them. They've recently sacked their manager and they've got a caretaker in at the minute whose first game and only game in charge so far was a 1-1 draw against Northampton. It seems a bit too late now to try and change things around, but could they potentially get a bit of a bounce from it? Who knows? As for Bolton, despite being the best team in the league, according to their fans on Twitter, they have only managed to manage third place this season, which is a bit of a disappointing one. And I think that last game of the season did sort of sum up their season. They were a very good side, good to watch, but when it comes to things, they can't quite get the job done. And that's what we saw at the Western Home Stadium. I do think should they have won that game 2-0, this game would be a little bit more easy for them as the morale's high. Confidence is very high coming into this game, but they let that slip and ended up having to fight back to earn a draw in that one after completely collapsing at one point. I do think that final goal was massive for them. Otherwise, coming into this game after losing 3-2 from being 2-0 up, it's never a good thing. And it'd be interesting to see what comes from Bolton in this one, as the first leg is at Oakwell, which is the first difference between the two games and from this year and last year. Obviously, that makes an impact, I think, because Bolton are the best team in the league at home. Stats prove that, points prove that. So I think having the first leg away from home, I don't know, it's either going to be a really good thing for them. If they can get a draw at Oakwell tonight, I think having the second leg at home is massive for them. But if they let Barnsley have anything to hold on to going away, it could be a real tough one to try and win. So it's important that Bolton do get something from this game. Even if it's a 0-0 draw, I think they definitely take that. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, though. I believe Barnsley will get an early goal, but Bolton will find one fairly late on. Very similar to the Northampton game on the final day of the season from a Barnsley perspective. And I believe that Bolton will then go on and win the game at their place 2-0, which would see them into the final and having a chance to play for Championship football. As for Barnsley, obviously last year still going to live a little bit in the memory, getting to Wembley, having that heartbreak in the last minute of extra time, and obviously the red card and all the controversy that came with that. But last year it just felt like Sheffield Wednesday, it was written in the stars for them, coming back from 4-0 down, then everything that went on in the final, it seemed like it was just meant to be for them. So the next game is Peterborough versus Oxford. Now this game is a very interesting one for me, as I think that Oxford are very much the dark horses in all of this. Managing to find some late form under Des Buckingham is only a good thing, as you've got to watch out for these teams that come into it with on high spirits. They feel like they're on top of the world at the minute, and Oxford are a side to watch out for. For Peterborough though, last year's still going to live short in the memory. It's a freak game. I think they've got to recognise that doesn't happen every year, and that they need to take some lessons from that. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that Peterborough probably thought that they were in the final after that home game, 4-0, seeming comfortable. And did that have an impact on the way the players approached the Sheffield Wednesday game? I mean, I'm just speculating at this point, but not many teams do that. I mean, it's never happened before in the history of the playoffs. So something must have happened there, and it's a good thing for the players, I think, for this time around. I don't think that they're just going to play on their mind too much, but I think they're going to know that no matter what the scoreline is, the game is never over, and that can only be a good thing. Maybe other teams are going to learn from it, but I think the best way to learn from it is just learn from your own mistakes, and I believe that Peterborough will take something from that. As for Oxford, they've obviously been in the playoffs fairly recently as well themselves, getting to the final, losing to Wickham. They won't want a repeat of that this time around. They've been given a chance to be in the playoffs. They've earned that, to be fair to them, and they've played very well all season. They had the slight controversy around Liam Manning's departure, and took a while under Des Buckingham to get firing again, but they seem to have got back to where they were under Liam Manning, and that can only be a good thing. These two sides have played against each other fairly recently, and in that one, Oxford did win 5-0. Now, I don't think that's going to happen here, but I can see Oxford winning the home leg, which would be absolutely crucial for them, as away from home, they're going to have a very slim chance of beating Peterborough, as they're a fantastic side, and they've got players that can change the game, and that's what I'd be looking out for if I was Oxford. Everyone knows that the quality they've got going forward when it comes to Poku, Ricky J. Jones, Mason Clark. You've got Clark Harris off the bench, who hasn't featured much surrounding all the transfer rumours, but he's still a threat, and Oxford are going to have to watch out for him. But Oxford do have threats of their own. You look at Cameron Brannigan, he's been at Oxford for so many years now. He deserves this more than any of the other players. I don't think many Oxford fans could disagree with me. So the first leg is going to be massive at the Kassam Stadium. If Oxford can get a 2-goal lead and take that to the Western Homes, they've got something to sit on. Whether they will sit on it, I'm not too sure. But I'm going to go with a 2-0 home win. I do believe Oxford will win at the Kassam Stadium. They've been fantastic there all season. It seems like the atmosphere is going to be good, as I think it's a sellout. Both the home leg and the away leg both been sold out by Oxford. I'm not sure on the Peterborough situation as of right now. But I believe that Peterborough will get something at the Western Homes. It's just whether it's going to be enough. I think they're going to win 3-1. I think it's going to come down to a penalty shootout, in which I believe that Peterborough are going to win, and it's going to set up a Bolton-Peterborough final. But do let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.